The Complete Adventures of Curious George by Margaret and H.A. Ray. This book belongs to my wife actually. This is my present, but I'm selling it at Amazon. No, I'm selling it at eBay in my card. Let's start with the book here. One day, George saw a man. He had on large yellow straw hat. The man saw George too. What a nice little monkey, he thought. I would like to take him home with me. He put his hat on the ground, and of course George was curious. He came down from the tree to look at the large yellow hat. The hat had been on the man's head. George thought it would be nice to have it on his own head. He picked it up and put it on. Rather funny, I'd say. The hat covered George's head. He couldn't see. The man picked him up quickly and popped him into a bag. George was caught. The man with the big yellow hat put George into a little boat, and a sailor rowed them both across the water to a big ship. George was sad, but he was still a little curious. On this big ship, things began to happen. The man took off the bag, George sat on a little stool, and the man said, "George, I'm going to take you to a big zoo, in a big city. You will like it there. Now run along and play, but don't get into trouble." George promised to be good, but it is easy for the monkeys to forget, you know. On the deck, he found some seagulls. He wondered how they could fly. He was very curious. Finally, he had to try. It looked easy, but I don't think monkeys can fly. Oh, what happened? First this, and then this? Oh my god. "A man overboard," a sailor cried as they threw him a lifebelt. George caught it and held on. At last, he was safe on board. After that, George was more careful to be a good monkey, until at last the long trip was over. George said goodbye to the kind sailors, and he and the man with the yellow hat walked off the ship on the shore, and on into the city to the man's house. Wow, it was possible. After a few good meal and a good pipe, George felt very tired. Wow, a piping monkey, I'd say. He crawled into bed and fell asleep at once. Page 28.